Glad you're here with us today. Rachel Schoutsen joining you. February the 6th, gearing you up for the weekend. It's going to be a snowy weekend and a cold one today. I know you drove to work in a few of the light flurries. This afternoon, more towards the evening, trace amounts for us here in the Greater Toronto area. And then a system's going to move through in the weekend. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but an idea for the weekend? Well, here's Kevin Yard.
Just throw that right into that nice shiny H. The H is a bit lower, but that's pretty close.
Just a little bit off there, eh, Kevin? Thanks very much for that. You can go to the Sportsman Show this weekend, Direct Energy Center. Okay, let's check out the temperatures. Today, it's okay. The snowy system that's headed our way throughout the weekend. So as we play this out here, light flurries. You'll see light flurries throughout the day today, in through Saturday, but this here, more going to be in through Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. This guy's going to come through. So don't get fooled by the flurries Saturday morning. That's not the big system. It's more to come late day on Saturday. As this comes through, want to see some of the totals? This is what we're expecting for the GTA. Okay, so 5 to 10 in the lighter blue, 10 to 15 in the darker. So if you live right along the lakeshore here, Oakville through to Oshawa, you're expecting higher amounts. We could also see those easterly winds. Easterly winds, enhancement off the lake, that brings some of the snow totals up. Now we're seeing lesser amounts over towards Kitchener, Hamilton, and London, and that's because we do have some warm air associated with this system, and this could bring them not just snow, but some freezing drizzle. So that's why the amounts are not so high through here, but they could be playing with a few different elements, which of course the icy road conditions. And when we talk about this commute, well, this system affecting the commute on Monday, it looks likely to be, as snow will still be lasting through, not necessarily falling, but still on the ground, also blowing snow. We don't see a break really until late Monday and then through to Tuesday, but temperatures, they remain cold. Glad you're here. Yeah, you need the Weather Network this weekend because it's going to be cold and it's going to snow. How much snow? What's the timing? I'm going to get into all of that coming up throughout the hour. But first, I want to take you into something a little more relaxing. This is Kasia Badurka's Friday. Have a look. I like it, Kasia. A great idea. Maybe a Valentine's Day present. Hey, there you go. Start thinking. We could see a quick wave of flurries throughout this afternoon. Also, lake effect snow. Yeah, we're seeing that off Huron in the Georgian Bay. So this could send us just trace amounts of snow. We're not talking really shovel-worthy snow here, but enough to talk about the snow flying around in the air. Now, this is what we're all talking about. This is shovel-worthy. This is quite a bit of snow. So I want you to watch this carefully. This afternoon, you see a few of the light flurries. We'll start to play this out. Notice Saturday morning, we will have a wave of flurries that will come through right there. But we're waiting for this. This is the bigger system that has the potential, well, for some people to see around 15 centimeters of snow. 10 to 15, that's what the lakeshore looks like here, stretching all the way up and towards Oshawa. Lesser amounts for Kitchener and London, and that's because you're not just going to get snow. We do have a warmer section coming through, and this could be bringing you some freezing drizzle. So unfortunately, the less snowfall totals is good, but when you get ice and ice pellets like this and the mixing possibility, very icy on the roads. Notice this Saturday evening. The snow lingers in Sunday throughout the day, and it could still be affecting us Monday as you head to work and as you head to school. Notice Sunday, that's quite the snowy day. Monday morning, it finally just leaves, but be prepared for slick roads. It's Friday. Happy Friday, February the 6th. Rachel Schoutsen here with you. And as we talk about this weekend, yeah, we're talking about a slight warm up into tomorrow. We're talking about snow. We're talking about the possibility of freezing rain, the potential for a bad drive on Monday. I know, exciting, right? I'll have all the details coming up. But first, maybe you're thinking about something fun to do this weekend. Here's Kevin Yard at the Sportsman Show.
So cute. Ooh, ooh. Back inside of the studio. Check out the Sportsman Show.
I don't think they'll understand, Kevin. Okay, thanks for that. That's a really good event that you can check out this weekend. The Direct Energy Center that will run until February the 8th. Okay, let's jump back into our weather story now. The reason why we're seeing the potential for 2 to 5 centimeters up towards the Grey Bruce area through Barrie, that's because of some lake effect snow today. Now, this could trickle down in towards the GTA, trace amounts of snow for us. No, if you're wondering if this is the snowstorm we're talking about, no, this is not it at all. I want you to watch this carefully. So we see some light flurries, trace amounts today with the lake effect. Watching through Saturday morning, we get a shot of flurries that's going to come through. Wait here, there we go. This is still not the system. We are waiting for this. This Saturday evening, this is what we're talking about. This has the potential to see some pretty big snowfall totals, especially if we do see the easterly winds traveling over Lake Ontario. That could enhance some snowfall totals for places like Hamilton, Oakville, stretching up into the city of Toronto. So yes, the city of Toronto, 10 to 15 centimeters. Notice here, Kitchener through Hamilton, lesser amounts, and that's because we are seeing some warm air moving into southern Ontario, and unfortunately, not all of it is going to fall as snow. I say unfortunately because ice pellets. This is what can create treacherous conditions out on the roads, so that's what we're going to keep an eye for, especially throughout southwestern Ontario and western portions of the Greater Toronto area. And tomorrow's going to be warm, but back to cold Sunday. Great to see you. Glad you're here. It's Friday. We made it through another week of winter. And boy, it's going to feel like winter this weekend. It's going to look like winter as well. I'll have all the details coming up. But first, I want to turn things over to Kevin. Kevin's at the Sportsman Show in Toronto. Today, he's been doing some axe throwing, checking in with wildlife. Kevin, what's next? See, lots of good stuff that you can do this weekend. Head down to the Direct Energy Center, but maybe you want to do something a little more relaxing, a little bit more comfortable. Well, Kasia Badurka has those details right now.
Temperatures on the outside, by the way, feel like minus 12, minus 10 for a lot of us in southern Ontario, but don't take this with a grain of salt.
A lot of good puns there, Kasia. And I had no idea that was in Mississauga. So maybe something fun that you can check out this weekend. Family Day, Valentine's Day. Good ideas there. Now, this is not such a good idea if you were traveling in these areas because of blowing snow and low visibility. That's all because of, yes, snow squalls. So this is the targeted areas where you see the 2 to 5 highlighted here. Trace amounts down for us into the GTA as the winds could, well, send a few flurries our way. When we talk about some of the bigger amounts of snow, watch this. Light flurries throughout this afternoon. Good clearing in through the evening. This cold front here doesn't really drop our temperatures. That's the first shot of snow. And then this is the second. This here is going to be bringing us a pretty decent amount. Shovel-worthy snow, especially if we do see the right alignment of the winds. We do have those linear winds traveling over the relatively warmer body of water. Tomorrow's only going to be -1 in the GTA. To me, that's warm for February. So that could have some lake enhancement. So that means totals could really rise through Oakville and stretching over towards the city of Toronto, just like we saw earlier this week. Lesser amounts down through here, and that's because you're going to be slightly warmer. And that means not all the precipitation is going to fall as snow. Ice pellets coming into the mix. So when we talk about treacherous road conditions, that's going to be Saturday night over in towards Sunday. Now this system, it's going to linger through Sunday, possibly even into Monday as well. So getting the kids back to school, you back to work on Monday, prepare for some wet road conditions, some icy roads, and cold temperatures. Well, you've come to the right spot. Yeah, you've heard about the snow this weekend, right? So you want to know the totals, you want to know the timing. Well, we have all of those details right here at the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and on the outside today is Kasia Badurka. Not outside in the cold, but in Mississauga. Here's where she is.
And it feels closer to -10 this afternoon. You're going to want to join us in here.
Kasia, you got the right idea, especially for a Friday. Thanks very much for that. Now, today we could expect some very light flurries throughout the GTA. That's because of some snow squalls that could just trickle down into our region. Just snow to talk about, not really snow to shovel. Notice this. This comes through Saturday morning. Quick burst of flurries, but this guy here, this is the bigger system. This is the one you've been hearing us talk about and the one you've been wondering about too. Are you going to have to shovel this weekend? Yes, especially if you live in Oakville, Mississauga, stretching through the GTA, even up in towards Barrie. This is where you could get 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. So this here, Barrie down in towards Toronto, the 400, not going to be ideal for travel throughout this weekend. Also, notice this, some mixing comes into play as we do see a warmer chunk of air coming through. So very icy conditions. Well, you've come to the right spot. Yeah, you've heard about the snow this weekend, right? So you want to know the totals, you want to know the timing. Well, we have all of those details right here at the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and on the outside today is Kasia Badurka. Not outside in the cold, but in Mississauga. Here's where she is. Kasia, you got the right idea, especially for a Friday. Thanks very much for that. Now, today we could expect some very light flurries throughout the GTA. That's because of some snow squalls that could just trickle down into our region. Just snow to talk about, not really snow to shovel. Notice this. This comes through Saturday morning. Quick burst of flurries, but this guy here, this is the bigger system. This is the one you've been hearing us talk about and the one you've been wondering about too. Are you going to have to shovel this weekend? Yes, especially if you live in Oakville, Mississauga, stretching through the GTA, even up in towards Barrie. This is where you could get 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. So this here, Barrie down in towards Toronto, the 400, not going to be ideal for travel throughout this weekend. Also, notice this, some mixing comes into play as we do see a warmer chunk of air coming through, so very icy conditions.